What is the latest between Alexander Isak and Arsenal, or is the point that there isn't really a latest?
There isn't a latest because Arsenal missed their chance with Isak a couple of years ago when they considered signing him in the January, I think it was, from Real Sociedad. For whatever reason, they didn't go through with the deal. He ended up at Newcastle. And there was scrutiny about that deal at the time, if you remember, because I think it was around 60 million euros. So not the highest fee, but he had been a bit off form. He had suffered from some injuries, but the way he has developed and flourished is just spectacular. And it probably makes Arsenal rue their missed opportunity. There's no doubt that he is the player that Mikel Arteta has at the top of his list. If he was to sign a striker, he's seen as perfect for Arsenal's system and everything he offers. But Newcastle fans will hate hearing that because they've got him under contract for a few years yet. He's their key player. He's at the centre of what they and their Saudi-led ownership are doing. And they've got no intention of seeing him go anywhere. They want him to sign a new contract. If they don't qualify for the Champions League, maybe there's a consideration, but the price will be phenomenally high. Really, clubs like Arsenal should be looking for the next Alexander Isak, not the one who's on the market if he was to come on the market. And also, we don't even know that Isak would want to join Arsenal. I think it's more realistic that Arsenal need to look for other targets, such as a Benjamin Sesko or whoever else is on the market. And the fact that they didn't sign a striker in the January window is something Arteta has described as disappointing. Now, you can say the options weren't there, but should they have done it last summer? They came into the season thin in that position. Right now, there's not really a recognised striker at Arsenal Football Club in terms of Kai Havertz was signed as a left-sided number 8. Gabriel Jesus is out injured for the rest of the season. The most recent young strikers, Eddie Nketiah and Folarin Balogun, have been sold. Previous to that, Aubameyang and Lacazette have gone. So Arsenal have seemingly neglected that position. That's why it will be top of their agenda for the summer, but that doesn't help them for the rest of the season, and they're going to have to rely on goals from other parts of the pitch, as they did against City on Sunday, and hope to hit their stride as soon as they come back from this short break.
Tenders, however, he has only won one trophy in that 5 years. Newcastle would take one trophy in 5 years, that's for sure. Look at that, the passion. Well, if you get bored of occasions like this, then you're bored of football, because this is right up there with the best that the sport has to offer. And the referee, Simon Hooper, blows. It's Arsenal who get the game underway in red and white, of course, kicking from left to right as we look at it, and they get an early free kick as well. The corner kick short. Martinelli with a jab jab in to take this. It's the usual Arsenal routine. In it goes, and it's headed clear, and Arsenal will settle for a corner. Murphy strides forward here for Newcastle, a good run too, and Martinelli has fouled him. A 7-man red and white defensive wall. Tonali again. That's a bit too deep. In fact, it's a lot too deep. And there's a foul anyway. 2-0, the first goal in the second leg really is all important, and this could be it. Isak, 1-0 Newcastle. Well, you knew he'd finish it. The bar is set pretty high in the quality of strikers in the Premier League, but Isak is right up there, and he was never going to miss that.
Indirect free kick from offside.
Well, there we go. That's one of the new initiatives at this stage of the capturing for Arsenal. I mean, we believe the lines. He was offside, but it was very, very close. And actually to Declan Rice. Slight change of script. Trossard trying to squeeze it back into Rice. And a collision between Gordon and Partey. Partey is saying there's nothing in it. Simon Hooper doesn't agree. think that's gone straight out of play. Taken by Lewis Hall, dropping and cleared by Ødegaard on the edge of the penalty area. His
Want to come out here, stamp their authority on the game. Great from a neutral perspective.
And only Newcastle who've got the better of Mikel Arteta's side of late. That's a free kick. Starting position was good, but he's sliced it as well. And Anthony Gordon is scrapping for it here, and he's fouled Timber. That'll be Rice being put under pressure.
No, we suggested that the crowd wouldn't let them sit back, and they definitely haven't started that way.
It's miscontrolled by Trossard. Trossard popping up right-hand side. Martinelli's inside the penalty area from outside the box against City at the weekend. Lewis Skelly, and touch back to goalkeeper Dubravka.
And there, you know, you want to look that little bit of competitive spirit.
Bruno Guimaraes. Hall at the back post. Impossible. And Dubravka being put under pressure. Gabriel. Saves against Manchester City, almost forgotten in the excitement of the goals, but they played a big part in that win for Arsenal at the weekend. Greeted with some shock when he replaced Aaron Ramsdale in the side at Goodison Park, I remember it was. That's a good ball though for Ødegaard, and the layoff back to Martin Ødegaard. Class
As well, which Ødegaard nearly took advantage of.
Lovely flick into Martinelli. Goodness me. Well, Ødegaard inside the area. It was a lovely little ball into Martinelli, who was absolutely flattened right on the edge of the penalty area. Oh, Gordon into Isak. Oh, and he's hit the post as well, and Murphy scores from the follow-up. And this one surely will stand. What a brilliant finish by Murphy. That is not easy. Isak smashed the woodwork, and Murphy kept his head and stroked it.